welcome to another lawnfawn video. Today we are introducing our brand new stamp set, Reveal Wheel Spring Sentiments. And this is a third in a series of Reveal Wheel stamp sets. So we have the original Reveal Wheel Sentiments, we have the Reveal Wheel Holiday Sentiments, and now the Spring Sentiments. And these are perfectly sized to work in the Reveal Wheel with a bunch of the different windows. This set has a bunch of different phrases perfect for all sorts of spring things like Easter, spring, new baby, graduation, etc. So here you can see we can do hope your Easter is or hope your spring is. And then we have the best, fun-filled, exciting, spectacular, hoppy, and extra special. Then we have mom your or dad your. Then we have number one, so loved, my hero, a rock star, I love that one, and then have a very, happy, and then we have Mother's Day, Father's Day, Easter, and graduation. We also have a bunch of kind of congratulations stuff that's perfect for graduation or any kind of congrats card. We have you did it, take a bow, nice going, and way to go. We also have cheers, so happy for you, best wishes, and many congrats. That would be great for a wedding too. And then we have many congrats to you, and then congrats on, and then you can use the your from above, congrats on your ever after, so it would be happily ever after, or excited to meet your little one, sweet pea, bundle of joy, baby girl, or baby boy, and also just baby, in case someone's not finding out quite yet. We have mazel tov, it's a boy, and it's a girl, perfect for gender reveal cards, which would be so cute, and what a cutie. I love that all of these phrases can be mixed and matched with the previous sentiment sets depending on what look you're going for. So you could use the adjective amazing from the original set for the mom, you're amazing, and then also use the rock star and number one from this set. So it's great for mixing and matching. So now it's time to make a card with this stamp set, and so we're going to drop in the original Reveal Wheel window into the original Reveal Wheel rectangular shape, and we're going to cut that from some white cardstock. We're also going to cut the larger wheel and the smaller wheel base from some cardstock. And if you guys are interested in the Reveal Wheel, we're going to link in the description below or right above right now in the upper right hand corner to our Reveal Wheel playlist, so you can look at all of the different intro videos introducing how to use this die. We've die cut the stitched cloudy backdrop from that front panel piece, and we've also taken out the stamp set and one of the new Reveal Wheel templates, and we're going to use this template as a guide for our stamping. So we're going to line it up with that main wheel and then hold it in place with some washi tape, and then we can start to work on our stamping. And we're going to be doing some white heat embossing. So we're going to take each sentiment that we're going to use, stamp it in some nice clear sticky ink, and then cover it with white heat embossing powder. And we're going to do that step by step. So here we're going to use that template as a guide for our stamping. We'll stamp our sentiment just like that. Then what we can do is just flip that template back. Because we only put the tape on one side, it's like a little hinge, add the heat embossing powder to it, and then we can go ahead and move on to the next one. So we can flip that template right back up and then turn the wheel and stamp our next phrase. And so we're going to repeat that for a total of 4 times for all of the different windows. And we're making a Mother's Day card right now, so this is going to turn out so super cute. So we'll add some more white heat embossing powder and keep repeating. After stamping the last one, we'll go ahead and remove that template, add our white heat embossing powder, and then we can heat them all up here all together right at the end. We're also going to white heat emboss the mom, your right above the window, and then all of those different adjectives are going to spin around in that window. So the reason we're heat embossing these in white beforehand is that we're going to do some inking over these, and that heat embossing is going to resist the ink, and that white sentiment is going to peek through. It's going to be so super pretty. So we're taking out some Distress Oxide inks in Tumbled Glass, Broken China, and Faded Jeans, and we're going to start off of the paper and then move onto the paper in a circular motion to build builds up that color on that piece that we cut with the stitched cloud backdrop. So there you can see how pretty that's starting to look, and that stitching really pops as you put the ink over it. We're going to have the sky be darker towards the top and lighter towards the bottom. So we're going to switch between the two colors back and forth, making sure that there's no sharp edges. So we'll blend back and forth between each color. You'll see how pretty that's looking. And then we're going to repeat that on the wheel too. So we'll ink just a little bit of the darkness and use that medium color on the ink, and then use a dry paper towel here to wipe off any of the excess ink, and you can see that white heat embossing pop through, and then just use our stamp chamois there to clean off that whole area with all the excess ink. Next, we've die cut a stitched rectangle that's the same size as that reveal wheel panel piece, and we're just going to ink the right side of this because that's all that's going to show right where that notch is when we layer it. So we're just going to add some ink right there, and then that's going to match really nicely, as you can see. And then we can start working on forming our reveal wheel. So we're going to take that mini brad and we're going to be putting it up through the smaller base and then up through the larger wheel that we stamped and inked on. We can open up that brad to secure those two in place together, and then we're going to flip it over and add some of the foam squares. So you'll see we're going to add some foam squares around that brad, but not touching the brad. And then we can line up our sentiments in the window since we stamped with the template. So you can see we can just move it around until our sentiment is lined up perfectly. And then we can go ahead and attach it to the base that we've created. So we'll peel up that liner paper and then just line it up with that stitched rectangle right there. And that's going to attach our wheel right onto the base. Once that wheel's there, we can add a bunch of foam squares around that wheel, but not touching the wheel. We're also going to avoid the area where your finger's going to go in. So we're just going to have the two little foam squares there on the side, and then now you can see how those are going to line up. Next, we're using that main reveal wheel panel piece there without a window in it to die cut some cilantro cardstock. And from this piece, we're going to die cut some grass to layer over the card. And we can die cut from either side of this die, and it's going to have the same stitching detail, so it's going to match really nice to the panel we created at the beginning. And now we can have 2 layers of grass for our whole scene to be in. Now, to make this colored cardstock match our whole ink scene that we already created, we're just going to add a little bit of inking to the top of this grass with some Lucky Clover Distress Oxide ink. And you'll see how amazing it looks. It looks like we blended this whole thing, but it's just a little bit of ink at the top of colored cardstock. So this is a really quick and easy way to get an inked look. Once these are all done, we can start to layer them on our scene. So we're going to take the larger grass and add some little tape there on there, and then for the smaller grass, we're going to add some foam squares to give it some nice dimension. And then we can take our entire piece and layer it over the main wheel base here. So we're just going to add that to those foam squares, just like that. And then we're going to have our cool reveal wheel already working. And I just love how pretty this is and how the wheel blends right into that sky. It's so cool. So now it's time to start forming the whole card. So we're going to layer this onto some different pieces of cardstock. So we have a stitched rectangle here cut out of some sunflower cardstock, and then a card base out of some blue jay cardstock. And I love the look of all of those different colored cardstocks layered together. And then here we have some cute ducks from Rub-a-Dub-Dub. This is one of my favorite sets. They're so adorable. And then to help set the scenes for these ducks, we're going to be using some images from Butterfly Kisses and from Oh Gnome. And these were actually leftover pieces. I don't know about you guys, but do you ever cut and color some things for a card and then it's too many pieces, you kind of just have extras? Well, I like to put these in a little dish on my desk, and then I save them to use them for another card, and they were perfect for this card. So you can see we're mixing and matching some of these images, seeing what's going to look cute, and then you can see how adorable that's turning out already, and we were able to use something that we'd already worked on for a previous card. So now that these images are all in place, we're going to add some glue and some foam squares behind all of them. And I love the little duck on top of the mushroom. It's so super cute. And then we'll let the recipient know that there's something interactive on the card by stamping an arrow from the original Reveal Wheel sentiment stamp set. And now this card is all done. This is the sweetest, cutest Mother's Day card, and I love the awesome interactive element in seeing all of the little sentiments change in the window. It's just so pretty and so much fun. So next we're going to be working on a baby card, and we're going to be using the Reveal Wheel Square add-on, and we're going to drop in the speech bubble window to this. So we're going to drop in that speech bubble window and then die cut some of that spiffy speckles paper. Then we're going to use our reveal wheel template in a little bit of a different way. So we're actually going to layer that template over our wheel. We'll hold it in place with some tape, and then we're going to use that to help us line up the wheel from the beginning. So here you can see you can layer that right on, and the templates do have the little opening in the center. So you can take your mini brad and you can put it through the smaller wheel base, and then we're going to be putting it up through the main wheel base and the template. And then we're going to use that template as a guide to line up. So this is just a different way to use the reveal wheel template. It kind of just depends on whatever your preference is. So we're going to add our little foam squares to the back of that circle there around the brad, but not touching the brad. We'll remove those foam squares, and then we can go ahead and line it up. And when you line it up in the window, you're going to be able to see that template, and you'll be able to move it until you don't see the template anymore, and then you'll know it's lined up perfectly, and then you can go ahead and attach it to the base of the reveal wheel. Once that's attached, we can go ahead and open up that brad, and we can pop off the wheel and the template. They're already attached together by that washi tape, and we can start to do some stamping. So we're going to use some forget-me-not ink, and we're going to stamp a bunch of the different sentiments that are related to baby. So we've got Mazel Tov there for congratulations. We have It's a Boy, or you could have stamped It's a Girl, just depending. What a cutie. And then last but not least, Best Wishes. So now we can go ahead and remove that washi tape and remove that template and save it there for our next card. And then we can pop that wheel right back onto the base since we've already set it. Then we've die cut that speech bubble frame that coordinates with the window that comes in the die there out of some storm cloud cardstock, and we're going to layer that over the opening and then add a bunch of foam squares around that wheel but not touching the wheel. And then we're going to go ahead and keep decorating the front of our panel. So we're going to use that same square add-on and die cut some of the green pesto spiffy speckles paper there, and we're going to use a grassy border die to cut that and then layer that right onto the card base. Then we've got some adorable dinos from the new RAWRSOME set, and they're so cute and they're perfect for baby cards since you've got the little mama and the baby there. So we're going to layer those two guys together, and then we can start layering on some clouds. So these are the clouds from Spring Showers. It's an older die set, but it's one of my favorites because those clouds are so cute. We've die cut some of those from some white cardstock, and we're going to layer those onto the card base. We're going to have some of the edges kind of coming off the card base to make it look like the scene keeps continuing, and then we'll just trim off any of the excess that's hanging over on the edges. We can go ahead and remove the liner paper on those foam squares and then layer our cute scene overhead, finally creating our cool reveal wheel mechanism. Then we'll layer the whole thing on a square cardstock cut from some of the new fog cardstock that's so pretty, and then we'll die cut an arrow from some narwhal cardstock and layer that on so the recipient knows what to do. And then for a final finishing touch, we're going to use big Scripty Words and stamp congrats on the inside of the card. And I absolutely love how this turned out. It's super cute, pretty simple and easy to do, but absolutely adorable and would be perfect when someone you know has a little baby boy or a baby girl. So just so cute and so much fun. I love these reveal wheel cards so much. Next up, we have some amazing cards by the design team using the new Reveal Wheel Spring Sentiments. And first up here, we have a card by Melissa that's so super cute and perfect for Easter. I love how the little bunny is popping out from behind the Easter eggs. And then this is a card by Elena that's another cute Easter card that's so sweet with such fun sentiments. Megan created a super cute spring and Easter scene combining a bunch of different stamp sets together, and I just love the look so much. And then this is the Mother's Day card that inspired us to make our card today, so thank you so much, Megan. I can't wait to see what you guys do with this new Reveal Wheel Spring Sentiment stamp set, so make sure to share it with us. Thank you so much for watching today, and have an absolutely amazing day. Bye!